Hi, I am beginner driver. Beginner usually need more than one attempt to reverse park the car to a good position. In this video, I will demonstrate some reverse bay parking tips. Hopefully help beginner to fit into the parking slot just one attempt in non-challenging situation. Entry position. To enter the parking slot in one attempt. In most cases, you want the back of the car enter corner or near the corner of the parking slot. In this case, the car enter the parking slot near the left corner. The car park in quite center. In this case, the car enter far from corner of the parking slot. The car park to right. This is the exceptional case. The entry angle is too narrow. Even my entry position is close to the corner. It's still parked to right. Proper steering magnitude. To park in the parking slot on your left, most people will steer right first. When drivers see the desired parking slot on the left mirror, reverse the car and steer to left. You can quickly estimate how much you should steer when you are reversing. From the image of the side mirror. For my car, if I see almost the entire parking slot, I roughly need to steer maximum to fit into the parking slot. If I see around half of the parking slot, I roughly need to steer in between one rotation to maximum turn. It is car dependent. You can do your own experiment on your own car. But the concept is more portion of the parking slot you see, more you should steer in reversing. Correction during reversing. Unless your estimation is perfectly correct, usually you need to do some correction during reversing. Here is a video of typical parking situation. I steer right first to park a slot on my left side. I steer to straight before reversing. In the left mirror, I see around half of the parking slot. I expect I need to steer somewhere in between one rotation to maximum rotation. I start with one rotation to left first, and I expect I need to steer more when the car close to the parking slot. When I see my entry position is not close to the corner, I steer to left maximum. When the back of the car enter the parking slot, here is the points of attention. Compare the gap in red circle and blue circle. Our optimal entry point is gap in red circle more than the blue one, but not too much. When you steer left, the gap in the red circle will be shortened. Our goal is control the magnitude of left steering. In order to achieve similar width of gap on both sides, you don't need to steer right until the car is parallel to the parking slot. My car need 1.5 rotation to turn left maximum, so I will steer left from 1.5. 1/2 to no rotation. This is half rotation increment method I have introduced in my previous video. Click here to watch if you haven't watched it. I keep steer left maximum until the gap in red circle is just slightly more than blue one. Then I steer less to 1 rotation. The gap in red circle keeps shortening. When the car is parallel to the parking slot, straighten the steering wheel. In this time, both sides is quite even, so I just need to reverse slowly with little adjustment. This method seems very easy, but in real-life situation, the two side mirrors are separated, so you can't look the two mirrors simultaneously. Also, the mirror in the driver's side look bigger because it is closer to driver. So in real-life situation, the mirror will look like this, which make beginner driver more difficult to judge. If you have a reverse camera, you can use this method too. This will be much easier because you can look both sides at the same time. Keep in mind when you are reversing, don't just focus on the reverse camera. You should also aware to everything around your car. This is the same video of the last parking. This time focus on the reverse camera. My reverse camera is slightly off-center, but it is still okay to demonstrate the steering method. Look at the point of attention. The gap in the red circle is much wider than the blue one. So keep steering left maximum. When the gap in red circle is just slightly more than the blue one, partially turn back half turn. When the car is parallel to the parking slot, straighten the steering wheel. In this time, both sides is quite even, so I just need to reverse slowly with little adjustment. I will share more parking examples which need more correction in my next video using the method I just shared, including how to park when you are slightly oversteer or slightly understeer. It took me many work to make this video. Your support is my motivation to make this video. If you find this technique useful, hit the subscribe button, comment, like and share. I will be very grateful for all these supports.